All right, guys. So we are in the opening already. We already have about 4 minutes into the opening for New York Stock Exchange, and NASDAQ is already moving. We are 4 minutes late to the party. Anyway, we're not late in any way. You notice how whenever NASDAQ is okay, just a minute. Let's invite people to actually join. Let's invite people to join us. All right, just a minute, guys. I want to send the invites to people on the Telegram, and then we'll get started. Okay, this one and this one, and let's see. Let's see. This is going like this. All right, guys. So just a minute. I'm trying to send the invites to people on the Telegram. And these. All right, guys. So today is a payout day, and I already requested for the payout. I'm going to show you guys shortly. And by the way, what's going on with NASDAQ right now? So based on my expectation, I think NASDAQ is going to go bearish for a while. The reason is that you can see how the price of oil is actually climbing up. NASDAQ respects US oil a lot based on what I've experienced. So that means that if US oil is not going to respect this level to keep going down, then NASDAQ as well will keep, going down by itself. So we can expect a short-term downside from NASDAQ for a while now. Anyway, but what's actually interesting is that right now you can see what NASDAQ is doing in this level. NASDAQ actually has a, let's call it, okay, by the way, I want to make this post. I want to share this live stream to the community on X. Right, so just a minute. I'm gonna share it to people on Twitter, and we can continue. So today we're gonna look for trade opportunity. Yes, though I won't be long on the live stream, but we're going to look for trading opportunity. Actually, all right. Okay, that's that. So first of all, we're going to look at any opportunity that we have on NASDAQ. So once we're done with this particular analysis, then we'll go into the other talk for today. So the first thing I want you to do, I'm on 15 minutes, right? So you already know I have an indicator that you can actually request for, and I can send it to you. So the indicator, I just turn it on now. What it does actually is that it marks the key liquidity level for NASDAQ for me. Previous day high, previous day low. I have a second one that marks the Asian range, like Asian high and Asian low. Okay. So what I do now is that single indicator marks my Asian high, my Asian low, and also marks my, other levels also that I need. Now, what I'm using those levels for is to look at what happened in the previous day. For example, you notice this is yesterday, Tuesday, and this is the highest point that NASDAQ got to yesterday and the lowest point. And what you notice right now is that NASDAQ is trading inside of these two ranges. NASDAQ needs to break out in one of the ranges. Either it breaks out to the downside, breaking the previous day low, or breaking down to the upside. Now we notice that on Monday, NASDAQ created a new all-time high, right? That's the highest that NASDAQ has ever gone to, 27,427.76 cents. Now that's the highest price that NASDAQ was. Now NASDAQ is potentially doing like a pullback, and for the pullback to be complete, it needs to reach a demand zone. So we think that yesterday it actually reached this demand zone. If you look at yesterday's live stream that I told you that NASDAQ is going to react to this zone, right? That this is where you should be buying from. There was two zones we set up yesterday, and this was the second one. Guess exactly what happened. NASDAQ entered into this zone and gave us a buy from this place. Now the buy from this place actually break a structure to the upside, However, you notice what is happening. So it's likely that NASDAQ will come back to retest this same level. Yeah. So this same level that we actually created yesterday, NASDAQ can come back to retest it. And that's exactly what we are seeing happening right now. You can see how there is a Asian low. NASDAQ has already taken out the Asian low right now and is tapped in back into like the demand zone beneath the Asian zone. So what can happen from here is that you can just, in fact, these are some of the setup I really like taking. If NASDAQ from right here now should reject from here, there's a big chance that NASDAQ is going to go buying from here again, because I like whenever NASDAQ does this, it takes the Asian low, and then not only takes the Asian low, it also gives like a rejection from the Asian low, tap into a demand zone below the Asian low, and all. Like it's like an all-Steiner line kind of trade, right? Even though I'm actually not trading today, but I think that this will actually be a good trade to buy NASDAQ. So I'm calling a buy on the NASDAQ. It's just that where will you put your stop loss here? You would put your stop loss potentially on this level, about 100 points. Now the current ATR value is, let's see the current ATR. So the current ATR is about 35 points. So you can use times 2 of that, which is about 70. So you can use 70 pips from your current, from where the price currently is, and just buy NASDAQ. If you buy NASDAQ, your target is, depending on your target, me, I like to target like 100 to 150 points or 200 points, depending on my objective. But in this scenario, targeting the high is actually not bad. Although I wouldn't say you should buy yet, but I think looking to buy NASDAQ from this area is actually a good thing. I'm not trading today because you know, we're gonna get to that shortly. By the way, buying NASDAQ from this place, it's not bad. Actually, it's not bad. It's just, you know, you just have to manage your risk properly. Although for me, I would actually prefer to, I would have entered the buy because, you know, anyway, it's already giving the reaction. It's just that if you think that you want to wait for an extra confirmation, you can wait for after the first 15 minutes candle to see what happens. So, and that's going to be over in the next 4 more minutes, and that would be like an extra confirmation to see if there is any further rejection to the downside. Because if there's any rejection to the downside, that might mean one more thing, that NASDAQ would go a little bit lower, you know, before it actually starts buying, and that would actually be much better for you. So I would say wait for the first 15 minutes candle to finish, then we'll reassess the positioning for NASDAQ by then. But looking for buy very soon actually makes sense. So let's go talk about the action of the day. Today is finally the payout day on the $5,000 challenge. We've been trading the equity hedge $5,000 challenge for a while now and finally made it to payout day. Today is a payout day. I made a 6% profit on the account, and with this 6% profit, you know, it's enough to automatically move this account forward. You know, like from 5,000, it's now going to become potentially $50,000 because this payout is going to be reinvested to actually get a bigger trading account. So the plan now is that, so let me take you through the withdrawal process. If you especially want to know how to withdraw on equity hedge, you just go to the withdrawal section, and I've already requested for the withdrawal. So all you need to do is go to the withdrawal history. In the history page, you would see how over here there is the amount, which is 250. Yeah, so it was 310, right? But you know that they are going to add their own they will remove their 20%, so the remaining 80% is exactly what I'll be sent. So now I'm expecting this payout. The thing now with the payout is that it takes 48 hours, you know, for payouts to be processed. So since it takes 48 hours for payout to be processed, that means that between today and Friday, that's until then, before we actually receive the payout itself. So we are going to be patient till Friday for the money to actually land inside my accounts. You know, I'm withdrawing into a crypto wallet, so it's going to land in my Bybit, and I'm going to potentially have the cash by then. So that's another waiting that we have to do for now. We have to wait. Almost everything about like profitable trading is all about waiting. You are, you know, you want to pass a challenge, you wait. After you pass a challenge, you also wait to after you pass a challenge, you also wait to receive payout. Not only do you wait to receive payout, you also wait for most, like you literally just wait for every single thing. So I've requested for the payout today, but the payout is going to arrive until Friday. And on Friday, as I promised, I'm gonna do the giveaway to at least 2 people. Yeah. And I kind of already know the 2 people based on I made some promises on the channel before, but in case I want to have like extra more people, although there are so many people I wanted to give away to, but then if not in this batch, it's going to be in the second challenge, the 50K challenge. And obviously the giveaway on the 50K challenge is going to be much more better than on the 5K, because in the 5K I only made about like 6%. The 6% is like small money, but imagine making 6% on a $50,000 account. That would be like a lot more better profit, because 6% on a $50,000 account is $3,000. You could easily give away $100 to each person, like anyway. But then the giveaway is basically so that you can also go ahead and buy a challenge account for yourself, so that in next week Monday we can all start trading together. Actually, so next week Monday we're going to start a new challenge, basically trading a $50,000 account. All right, so as I was telling you, that it makes sense to kind of wait for this first 15 minutes candle. You see what happens? So because we decided to wait, you see how NASDAQ is rejecting back to the downside. So this is going to now give us a better setup, because if you look at what happened now, NASDAQ, for you to buy now, all you just really need to wait for NASDAQ to start to give you a buying character from somewhere here. Wait for NASDAQ to maybe get down into any of this level and starts to give you a buying confirmation. Another good confirmation you can wait is that you can wait for a break and retest of this 1 minute formation. So from where NASDAQ is right now, wait for it to break this level. If you break this level, then you get a pullback. On the pullback, then you buy the NASDAQ. So this is like the safest way for you to be sure that NASDAQ is going to buy, right? Because right now it's just selling, and it's respecting a selling structure, right? So, and like I even saw on the US oil is going up. So that means that NASDAQ will be going down. The reason is that if the price of oil is going up, then automatically indices which they depends on oil for production and stuff like that, they're going to be, their pricing is going to be going down in real time. So this is another confluence I kind of look at sometimes when I'm trading the NASDAQ. I look at the US oil. If US oil price action is going up, I've noticed that NASDAQ as well will be going in the opposite direction. So, and right now you can see that there's a level for that potentially maybe the US oil might get back into. So that means in the short term right now, we can be seeing NASDAQ as well going down, at least, into this demand zone. So there's a chance that NASDAQ will actually be going into the second demand zone on the 1 hour. So you see that there is a second demand zone on the 1 hour that I drew. And so it's very possible that NASDAQ is going to smash through this current zone that we have and then tap into this demand zone before it actually continue another buying momentum. So anyway, now from all the zones that we've actually identified initially, it might just be that if you enter the trade, it will just be a scalp setup. Like it will go your direction, but it may not go as long as as we want, until the objective is shifted back to being bullish. Okay, so even from here right now, the buy might reach let's say, where can the buy actually reach before maybe it has a resistance? Maybe from here it can actually reach here, right? Or maybe even the Asian high before it hits another resistance and continue going down and then tap into that actual demand zone. So I do think that there's a chance that NASDAQ would either reject from this first angle or reject from the Asian high. And if that should happen, anyway, those are all setups that are really, really nice. If you want to play it safe, you can wait for NASDAQ to even get into the next demand zone before you take a trade. But if you want to trade today, what you just need to wait for NASDAQ to you see now it's already creating on the 1 minute. So 1 minute, if 1 minute should break, like I said, if it should break this level, then it should be entering. If it breaks that level, and just wait for pullback after it breaks this level, because if you enter, although it may not actually come back after it breaks the level, but if you want to play it safe, you can enter immediately it breaks this level, but don't enter before it breaks. Make sure it breaks before you actually open or enter it, and then set your stop loss to now 100 points. Then stop loss now is going to be about 100 points, or at least below the lowest point of the 1 minute candle, or 70 points. The current ATR is also 20 points on the 1 minute, but on the 15 minutes it's about 35 points. So your stop loss should be about 75 points, because if the ATR is about 35 and you use double of the ATR, that means you are at least well protected, and then you can at least target yourself like a one-to-one risk reward potentially. So I would say that if you're buying NASDAQ, do it carefully today, and use at least 70 to 100 points stop loss. Okay, it just broke. Did it break really? No, it doesn't break yet. So yeah, it just broke. So it just broke the level, and so if you are already in a buy, then definitely you just need to keep holding. Or if you just buy right now, you just hold. So definitely NASDAQ is going to buy based on this current market structure. Your job now is to put your stop loss in the correct place. And if you do that correctly, then I think everything should be good. The target is going to be the Asian high, but as soon as it crosses the 50% of the Asian range, then you can go break even. And you see how it is pushing very much already. So this is to tell you that it's gonna go, they're ready to go. So well, it's breaking levels. It has broken 2 levels now, 2 micro levels on the 1 minute time frame, and that's cool. That's telling you that there's now positioning. So the right position right now to be for NASDAQ, at least for now, is to buy until it reaches another resistance level. So anyway, I hope that ends up profitable for anyone that is taking the buy trade. Okay, if you have any question, guys, you can always ask in the Telegram. And I think I'm gonna go away now. We'll see each other again tomorrow. If I decide not to do the live stream tomorrow, because I want to wait for the payout to land. If the payout, now the thing about the payout again is that the 48 hours is not including holiday. I think there's an holiday on Friday, May 1st, which is generally a workers' day across the country, across the world. So there's a chance that they might still delay the payout till Monday. But let's see, if everything drops on Friday, then fine, I'm gonna go live on Friday, so that we can get a 50K account, then do the giveaway, and everything should be fine from there. All right, guys, thank you so much. Happy and safe trading. If you are trading today, manage your trade well, and see each other again tomorrow. I hope this trade idea was helpful, and if it was, please leave it in the comments or let me know on Telegram. If you have any other question, let's trade safely, guys. Thank you, and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye bye.